News 18 and Arun, my colleague, he's been able to access the report, and the report mentions the fragmented deity, the debris of the temple that's apparently present over there.
So he's saying that there were a few religious items which are present there. Some symbol of lotus were also found, and there were various other Hindu religious signs which were there when he was conducting that videography of that area.
The report about the places where the initial commission was barred from entering, that is the mosque area, the Wuzu Pond area, the underground cellars, and therefore this report becomes the most crucial one.
This is the CNN News 18 exclusive, the Gyanvapi final survey report, which has been submitted in court. The report is said to be 10 to 12 pages long. The court commissioner submitted the final report to the Varanasi court today. The Shivling seems to have found a mention in this survey report as well. It also mentions signs of a Sanatan culture being found inside the mosque. Now, yesterday, former Advocate Commissioner Ajay Mishra had filed a two-page report, on the other hand, to the Varanasi court. CNN News 18 accessed the report, and the report mentions that there were fragmented deity pieces, the debris of the temple, the shape of a lotus, walls inscribed with Hindu motifs. This is all Ajay Mishra's finding, the Advocate Commissioner who has been removed by the court. Meanwhile, the Supreme Court stayed the trial court proceedings, and the matter will now be heard at 3 p.m. tomorrow by a 3-judge bench. In the meanwhile, 2 reports have now been submitted to the Varanasi court. One is the official report by Vishal Singh, which is a 10 to 12 page long report that has been submitted to the court. The other is a 2-page report that has been submitted by Ajay Mishra. Now, we will have to wait for the court to take a view on whether the 2-page report is even valid or not, because Ajay Mishra has been removed as the Advocate Commissioner by the court itself. But here's what Ajay Mishra's report seems to suggest. It's already pretty much out in the public, and it suggests that the shapes of 4 Hindu idols were seen, according to Ajay Mishra, and there are some videos and pictures that accompany the details that have come forth, also suggesting that the walls were inscribed with Hindu motifs. Now, I'm once again pointing out that these are details emerging from the Ajay Mishra report, which also talk of a Sheshnag, remains of a used diya seen as well by him, and fragmented deity temple debris seen as well. This report was submitted by Ajay Mishra to the court yesterday. This also talks about shape of lotus seen within the mosque. There's another report, the 10 to 12 page long report, which has been submitted by Vishal Singh. This is officially what the court had asked for. Let me go across to our Uttar Pradesh Bureau Chief Pranshu Mishra for more on this. Pranshu, so is the court finally going to take a call on which report will they go by?
Well, Maha, there is no doubt about endorsing and accepting the second report, that is Vishal Singh report, because that is the commission which is at the moment mandated, and therefore that report has been submitted, and that report is very well under the consideration of the court. Only thing is that since Supreme Court has today, stayed any further proceedings in the lower court, that's the reason why the court has now fixed the date of 23rd of May to hear on the further on this report that has been submitted, and also on the other petitions which were demanding, like demolition of that wall which is between the Nandi and the Wuzu Khana area, and also the right of worship at the particular spot where the so-called Shivling has been claimed to be found. Now, as far as Ajay Mishra's report is concerned, you rightly said that at the moment that report has been submitted yesterday, but its legal sanity, its legal weight still remains a question mark, because Ajay Mishra was sacked as the Advocate Commissioner. But having said that, there is still a petition before the court which demands or requests the court to reinstate Ajay Mishra as Advocate Commissioner, and also consider as evidence the report which was done under him on 6th and 7th of May. That petition is also likely to be taken up by the court on 23rd of May. And if that petition is accepted, the court gives any affirmative order on it, only then we can say that Ajay Mishra's report will also be included. But otherwise, it's the Vishal Singh's report that is before the court, and which covers the entire proceedings which happened on 14th, 15th and 16th of May.
All right, let me go across to Arun Dhanta as well, joining us with the very latest from Varanasi. Arun, who asked Ajay Mishra to submit that report, which is just a 2-page report, to the court, since he was removed as the Advocate Commissioner?
put across to Ajay Mishra when I interviewed him. I asked him about his report, why did he submit and why did not he actually give that report to Vishal Singh, who had to submit that collaborative report before the court. Now, what he said is that initially when he was given the responsibility to actually survey the outer part of the mosque on 6th and 7th. He was the one who was responsible for that. And in that process, he has done video recording. He has, clicked photographs and various other details which were in his possession. And therefore, he told that it was his responsibility to provide that detailed report to the court, and therefore he submitted. Whether he also said court takes that report with the other report, whether court takes the cognizance of that report, whether that report will be valid or not, that is up to the court. But he has done his bit, responsibility which was entrusted on him. Therefore, he has given that report. Now, as far as that report is concerned, as I mentioned, that is about the external outside part of the mosque, in which he talked about the Hindu religion signs outside, and there are various other articles related to Hindu community were present. In fact, when the other survey happened inside the mosque, he was also part of that survey as well, along with 2 other commissioners. But when I asked him on that, he did not reveal anything on that part. But the information that we accessed about that second report, which has been submitted before the court, that also our sources are telling us mentions about the shivling part in that report, and also that report talks about some of the Sanatan culture articles inside the mosque, and various other things related to the religion. So that is also the part of the second report which has been submitted before the court as per our sources. So when court makes that report public, when then only we'll be able to know as to what exactly the information, what exactly going to be the future course of action.
All right. Pranshu as well as Arun, both of you, many thanks for joining us with those details. Pranshu, in fact, also spoke with the lawyer of the Anjuman Intizamiya, a petitioner in the case. Listen in.
पहला रिएक्शन आपका क्या है? सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने आज अभी लोअर कोर्ट की प्रोसीडिंग्स को रोक दिया।
ये बहुत ज़रूरी था और बहुत अच्छा हुआ कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट की प्रोसीडिंग को रोक दिया, क्योंकि यहाँ के लोअर कोर्ट जिस तरह हड़बड़ी में, जिस तरह जल्दीबाजी में आर्डर्स पास कर रही थी, वो आज भी कुछ भी आर्डर पास कर सकती थी। इसलिए ये बहुत अच्छा हुआ और हम इसका स्वागत करते हैं। एक्चुअली यही है कि ये बनी थी तो जो जौनपुर के शर्ती सुल्तानों ने बनाया था। अच्छा। और उसके बाद अकबर के ज़माने में दीन इलाही का मरकज़ बना। उसके बाद औरंगज़ेब के ज़माने में इसका रिनोवेट कराया गया। अच्छा। और प्राचीन मस्जिदों में हर जगह हौज़ होता है वज़ू के लिए। इस हौज़ में भी वो भी है और फव्वारा भी है। वो जिस चीज़ को ये जो मांग कह रहे हैं कि हमारी फलां चीज़ है, वो एक्चुअली नहीं है, बल्कि ये जो है फव्वारा ही है। और हम न्याय पे ही यकीन करते हैं। हम बल्कि आपके माध्यम से सबसे अपील भी करते हैं कि इस मसले को सड़कों पे न लाएं और सड़कों पे बहस मुबाहिसे का न बनाएं और शहर में अमन व अमान कायम रहे और चैन से सब लोग रहें।
Right, with that, we're taking a very quick break. News and updates will continue. Stay with us.
CNN News 18 consolidates its lead. The #1 English news channel. News beats noise.